Hi everyone, welcome back. We're on to the 8th episode of House of the Dragon. I'm actually really excited about this one because I spoke to a couple of my friends and they're all saying that this is the one, this is the big episode, so I don't know what to expect from that. It's a bit odd though, I would have thought that episode 9 would be the big episode. That's sort of how it was with Game of Thrones. I was anticipating that kind of structure. In terms of what could possibly happen, and I'll just stick with tradition and say that Viserys is going to die. What else can I say? I feel like that's probably the biggest event that's gonna happen, because I'm under the impression that season 2 is all about like the actual fighting itself, and this is all just set up for that. So it makes sense that Viserys dying would be the inciting incident. We're all just waiting for it, really. I'm not too sure what else could happen. I know that last episode there was some serious beefing going on between Rhaenyra and what's her name? Alicent, there we go. I am currently more leaning towards Alicent, but I feel like I need to still emphasize that I don't hate Rhaenyra currently. I mean, I did when I thought that she had actually killed her husband, Laena. But then when I realised that she'd actually helped him out, I'm like, I can't feel that strongly against her in that situation. I feel like just because I'm so aware of how many people are Team Black, I have the feeling that Alicent's gonna do something really fucked up that means everyone just like hates on her. But I at the moment I'm not quite there yet. I feel no reason to actively despise her yet. I should stop considering that stuff. I know that I'm supposed to like ignore it or whatever, but it's just interesting the way there is such a strict divide in public opinion about this kind of thing, when it feels like the show is sort of framed to be a bit more sort of ambiguous with who you're supposed to side with. Like, I don't particularly see why they would frame season 2 as like this side versus this side if they didn't expect like the audience to also be split with that. I mean, I'm not a huge Marvel person, but I'm pretty sure when they did Civil War, that's what it was, like Captain America Civil War, the general Marvel fandom was split in two. Maybe I'm completely wrong with that. I really don't know too much about Marvel actually. But yeah, I feel like it should be more of a 50-50 split. It doesn't quite make sense to me why there's such a large percentage of people within like the fandoms who were siding to just one side. Maybe does that mean that the show hasn't done what it's supposed to do? Or are they not trying to do that? I don't know. Anyway, let's just watch and see. Another long episode, Christ.
It's been near 6 years since I last saw my lord husband, Maester. Will he live?
He led his sailors into an ambush, the ship made to look as if it were abandoned. In the fighting, his neck was slashed by a courser's dagger. He fell overboard into the sea. The wound was severe. Much blood was lost. But the greater concern is the fever that followed. Ship's maester said, he burns from within.
Wait, did you say 6 years? Has there been a time jump again?
The sea snake is strong.
No doubt. And yet I have seen blood fever overcome men half his age. I love my brother.
Is blood fever sepsis?
But we must be honest with ourselves. We may greet his ship to find him gone. And who will take the driftwood throne?
My grandmother seems quite comfortable here.
She presides only in the absence of her husband. On his death, the seat passes.
To Lucerys Velaryon, as is my lord husband's desire.
I am the sea snake's own blood. The closest kin he has left.
He doesn't want it going to you, though.
Good brother.
If he's announced an heir, what the fuck is this guy trying to do? It's not you.
I speak the truth, Rhaenys. My brother cares only for the history books.
He does, yeah.
But what of the Velaryon line?
Not
Is
the
it
actual
to be
bloodline.
Snuffed out? Supplanted by the pups of House Strong? Driftmark is mine, by all rights.
Okay, maybe genetically. But if the Velaryons and the Targaryens share blood, doesn't that mean a Targaryen kid is a Velaryon kid?
The crown has good reason to take my side.
Loosely, anyway.
The king would have your tongue for this.
But it's not a king who sits the Iron Throne these days, good sister. It's a queen.
Oh, he has died. Look at that. We didn't even get to see him die. That's a shame. I really liked Paddy Considine. Rest in peace. For once, my prediction was correct. Queen Rhaenyra. Let's go. I wonder what it's like now. Ooh, no, this is interesting. Finally, this is a big shift. There's so many time jumps just for one season. It's actually kind of crazy. James Franco. Is that living? Dragon's egg. Oh my god. Crazy. Is that Damon? Oh, is this Dragonstone?
Hooray.
Hooray. So what proportion of the eggs end up becoming dragons? End up hatching? I can't read that. Something about King's Landing? Come on, how are they supposed to know what that said? If she's queen, how come she's living in Dragonstone? Shouldn't she be in King's Landing? Is she pregnant? Yeah, okay.
The end.
Oh, the children are big.
Mouth.
To be fair, I think I prefer the brunette look to the white hair. I know the actor. He used to be in EastEnders back in the day, and he was in a production of Les Mis. That's a deep cut. I don't know his name. He did Master of the House.
The tree should be...
I don't expect you to learn High Valyrian in a day, Jace.
A king should honour the traditions of his forebears.
Well,
Is High Valyrian the
unless
equivalent to
you're
like
planning to
posh
devote
English,
your
and
own
then
love,
Low
you have
Valyrian
plenty
would
of
be
time to
like,
study.
I don't know, Cockney. Maybe there is no Low Valyrian, there's just High Valyrian.
Joffrey?
Oh, it's really jarring hearing the name Joffrey, honestly. Oh my god, she's happily married, amazing. How does he not look older? What's it say?
He means to call into question Luke's legitimacy.
Ah,
Damon cares only about Driftmark and the Velaryon line, not about our politics. Has he made common cause with Otto Hightower yet?
This is what I fear. Rhaenys flames a cord. Surely she cannot be planning to back here.
No. Whatever disagreements we may have had, she's not cruel. Stupid enough to do that.
Disagreements? She believes we had her son killed so that we might marry.
Yes.
well, you wanted her to believe that.
And yet she's taken Baelor to ward.
Yes, it's Lena's memory she honours. She has no love for us.
Oh my god, there's so much information.
Has the Viper's venom
Wait, can I pause
spread
this
so
just to
far?
think? Wait, what did she just say? I'm losing it.
Yes, it's Lena's memory she honours. She has no love for us.
Okay. I don't know when in these 6 years the ascension happened with Rhaenyra becoming queen. So this guy wants to take over Driftmark, but it's promised to her kids, so he's questioning the legitimacy of her kids, but not really because of that thing, not because of the Iron Throne, but because he wants Driftmark himself. And the woman, so many names, I don't remember their fucking names. The woman who's in charge of Driftmark right now has taken one of his kids from his second marriage as ward. Is that sort of a hostage situation? Is it a good thing that she's done that? Like, is it a kind thing to take the kid as a ward? Or is it sort of like, I have one of your children, now you can't be a prick? I don't know. And obviously she thinks that they killed her son.
And my father...
Rest in peace. So what's happened with Otto Hightower and Alicent and all of them lot? Where are they? What are they
King's
doing?
Landing, then.
Are they in King's Landing? Is she ruling from Dragonstone? So many questions. Maybe I'm mistaken and he's not dead yet, but I'm pretty sure they said he's dead, right? He's still alive?
And her royal consort, Prince Damon
I'm
Targaryen.
so confused. He's not dead. Was the guy just, the Driftmark guy, the Velaryon man, was he just saying how she's going to be queen? Because he said we have a queen. Okay, I get it. It's not very, like, nice, welcoming, is it?
I would say it's nice to be home, but I scarcely recognise it.
She's become super religious? Is that what happened? How is he still working there?
Thank you for that exhaustive accounting, Lord Beesbury. I remind you.
I mean, I don't see the king. Maybe he's dead. Is he dead or not? The fuck?
Your guests have arrived, Your Grace.
Wait, is she the queen?
It was my understanding Lord Corlys wished for his grandson, Lucerys, to succeed him as Lord of the Tides.
The boy has been raised most of his life away from Driftmark. He can fly a dragon, yes, but can he command a fleet?
The crown must choose what is best for the realm.
He is Laenor's son.
How did Alicent become queen?
We shall hear Princess Rhaenyra's petition along with those of the other claimants on the morrow.
I'm so confused. What is going on?
A matter has arisen that requires your attention.
Whatever it is, Sir Eric, you need to wait.
I'm Eric, Your Grace.
Of course. My apologies, sir.
It's about the prince. There's been a delicate situation in his apartments.
Oh god. Knowing her sons. The king must be alive if that's still around. Oh no, wait, it's got loads of... Oh, maybe he is dead. It's been untouched. Would she really keep it there? I guess. Maybe she just leaves this room and doesn't use it.
Father?
Oh, he's alive. Oh, finally, at least now we know. God, it was going back and forth like crazy. He's on his last legs. Okay, fair. It all makes sense now. Oh my goodness. Oh, poor guy. Just kill him off, man. He doesn't want to live like this.
Who goes
Father.
'Tis
It's
I.
me. Rhaenyra.
Oh, he's probably not too happy about her marriage to Damon. Hello, brother.
I'm here with Damon.
Ugh. It's crazy. Damon hasn't aged a day. And look at this poor guy.
The sea snake has taken a grave wound in battle in the Stepstones. There is a petition to decide upon the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
Listen to Utto. Is he to all that business now?
No, brother, listen to me. You are to affirm your position for Lucerys. To be Corlys Velarion's successor.
Something happened to Lord Corlys.
Yes.
Father, there's someone we wish to introduce you to.
They have their own kids. Oh.
Who is that?
Father, this is Aegon.
Oh my god, how many Aegons? Jesus. I can't keep up.
And this is Viserys.
Oh, they're cute babies though. That's a nice baby. Aw, no, the child will be afraid of him. Look at him.
That is a name fit for a king.
Surprised the kid hasn't started crying.
I'm sorry.
How did they make him look gaunt? Like, how do you make it... Oh, there we go, baby crying.
I'm sorry.
Like, with the prosthetics, how did they make him look like he'd lost a ton of weight?
Have my tea.
Take the kids out, man. We don't need to hear that. What's in his tea? Hello? She was with one of her kids. Calm down.
Tell your name. It's Diana, Your Grace.
Lady Diana.
If it please you, I was fetching the printed wine and I put it on his table. And when I turned, I didn't see him. I asked him to stop, Your Grace.
I mean, that makes sense from what we've seen of her kids.
You must believe me.
I believe you. Trust. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch. Okay, good. How's she going to respond to this?
I know it wasn't your fault. I believe you.
She's saying the right stuff so far.
You do? But what I worry about...
Okay, here we go.
is what others might believe. You were alone with the prince, were you not?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
And no one else saw what happened between the two of you. If anyone else were to hear about this...
I haven't told anyone.
You told Sir Eric, and Talia, and now me. And though I believe you were not to blame, others might not be so trusting.
Treason?
That you're the sort of girl that might have enticed him in the first place.
Oh, God.
And you know what happens to girls like that.
And what are you going to do about it?
I wasn't dreaming or anything, another word to anyone. Your Grace. I swear all my life.
I mean, you didn't have NDAs back then, so what are they going to do? Chop off her tongue? Don't be mean. Just give her money and let her leave.
For your troubles.
Yeah.
The tea, Your Grace.
Oh, this goddamn tea.
It's best to be certain.
Aegon! Get up!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, the kids are the worst.
Mother.
What is it? What is it?
Wait, do I know
What is
that
it? That's all you
actor?
can say for yourself. The serving girl. The girl, Aegon, the one you sent fleeing from your company.
Oh, it was just harmless fun. She didn't need to go get upset about it.
Oh, I do know
Shame
him.
on your wife. On me.
He's married to
How
who?
can you keep carrying on like this, especially on a day like today?
Why? What is it today?
It must be a nightmare having kids like this. Fuck me.
You are no son of mine.
True that. Yeah, he was in Dunkirk.
I did not ask for this.
And other things. I can't remember
Everything
what.
you've asked me to. And I try so hard, but it will never be enough for you or Father.
You try so hard and by raping
Have you
girls?
seen Diana?
What?
She's supposed to dress the children.
Yeah, she's not working here anymore. Thank you very much.
It's been so long since we were granted the joy of your presence.
Oh, look at that. How many kids has
Indeed.
she had altogether
Your
now?
Grace.
Bloody
They're
hell.
not long enough to merit a greeting upon our arrival.
What can either of us know of ruling a kingdom?
I do not rule, as you well know. My father and I are mere stewards of the king's will and wisdom.
Yeah,
How
sure.
exactly is that wisdom expressed?
Through grunts.
All blinks and wheezes.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he...
King Viserys' condition has worsened since you saw him last.
No shit.
Keep him addled on milk of the poppy while the High Towers warm his throne.
Rhaenyra, if you would see him without it, almost blind with suffering.
For the king's suffering, did the maesters also prescribe the removal of Targaryen heraldry and the installation in its stead of various statues and stars?
The emblems of the Seven serve only to guide us.
Yeah, I don't think the Targaryens believe in the Seven, do they?
And on the morrow, which authority will sit in
Do they?
judgment
I
of my
don't
son's
remember.
claim on his own inheritance?
That would be mine. And the hands. But be assured the father is just and commands me to forget the accusations you have held in this room today.
Back here again. Where the hell's that guy? What's his name? It's Kristen.
Everyone's staring at us. No one would question me being heir to Driftmark.
If I had blonde
I
hair.
look more like Sir Laenor Velaryon and Sir Harwin Strong.
If you were black. So Kristen. Whoa. Oh, it's the kid with the dragon. Eye patch man. I guess one day I'm gonna have to learn all these names. It's too many A somethings. Aemond, Aegon, A whatever. ABC.
We're winning tourneys in no time. I don't give a shit about tourneys.
Oh, he's a freak, isn't he?
Nephews, have you come to train?
Why does he look like a lizard? Oh my god. What's all this then? I like how synchronized they are. I like her earrings.
Certain uneasiness now this is at hand. He may yet live.
But we must be prepared if he does not.
Corlys they're talking about?
The threat of war looms and may arrive on our shores. When it does, will you want a child at the command of the greatest fleet in Westeros?
The next Lord of the Tides will be deeply in your debt, Your Grace, as will Driftmark, in all its strength.
Oh, look at him. Cheesy grin. See, Otto's so persuasive to me. I don't know why. I like everything he says. I'm like, oh yeah, you're so right. Because it's true. If a war is coming, you don't want the kid sat on the throne. You want it to be that guy. But
Grandmother?
it's just going to cause so much fucking grief to get him on the throne in the first place. It's like, is it worth it?
Bayla said you might be here. She's done well as your ward. You've raised her admirably.
Why does one take on a ward? I know that there are various different reasons for it. Is it like the family don't want to deal with one of their kids, they just lug it off to someone else? Like,
I wondered for many an hour
in this
what
situation,
your purpose was.
I don't know.
In coming here. Whether you'd speak for or against the suit brought by Sir Damon. But then I realised you intend to advocate for yourself.
You can see the wig
is
stitching.
No fair proceeding. It
Not
is
the
a
best wig.
trap. Set by the Queen in the hand, I'd wager, to proclaim my son illegitimate.
Yet you did worse than that with Laenor.
Yeah, she got the
Did you not?
short straw with that wig.
I loved your son.
Should.
Nor was I complicit in it, I swear this to you.
She was complicit in his escape. There's no way you're
I'll
going to
make you
win
an
this.
offer. Back Luke's claim, and let us betroth Laena's children to mine.
Oh, it's just so many children, man. I'm losing.
Bayla will be queen of the Seven Kingdoms, and her sons will be heirs to the throne.
So these
Rhaena will rule in Driftmark and
marry off the stepchildren.
her Lucerys children in time.
A generous offer, or a desperate one.
What does it matter?
Either or, it doesn't matter.
You're right in this, at least. It does not matter.
It really doesn't. I hope her husband doesn't die.
You can bargain with me all you like. Bring my granddaughter with you to soften my resolve. But tomorrow the High Towers land their first blow. They force you to your knees.
So are they going to officially declare the kids illegitimate and then, what, they're all executed? Is that what the deal is? Some pathetic fallacy here with a storm raging outside. Love it. She's going to do something. She's going to have an ace up her sleeve and everything's going to switch on its head.
Rhaenyra, Father.
And she's going to win for today.
The Song of Ice and Fire, do you believe it to be true?
Yeah.
By naming me heir, you divided the realm.
Hindsight, eh?
I thought I wanted it.
At the very beginning, I didn't think you wanted it. At the
burden
very,
is
very
a heavy
beginning.
one.
This is a moment of weakness before she puts herself back together, and then she's like, "No, yeah, I am going to be a boss-ass queen, slay the house down."
If you wish me to bear it, then defend me and my children.
I'm sure he will, but how many days has he got left? Is it going to make a difference? It's not a good situation, is it? What's Damon thinking, huh? Hasn't he got some wisdom? Any plotting going on, Damon? Nothing? He's a bit useless, honestly.
I want to have supper, Utto.
Din-dins.
It is the morning, Your Grace. Tonight, all of my family
Dinner.
were gathered at the Red Keep.
How did they make him this skinny? Did he lose a lot of weight for the role?
Though it is the great hope of this court that Lord Corlys Velaryon survive his wounds, we gather here with a grim task of dealing with the succession of Driftmark. As Hand, I speak with the King's voice on this and all other matters.
Do not sit on the chair. No, that's very rude.
Crown will now hear the petitions.
The Hand does not
Sir
sit in
Damon
that
of
chair.
House Velaryon.
What's your pitch?
For as long as House Targaryen has ruled the skies, House Velaryon has ruled the seas.
Rule Britannia.
Our houses became
Britannia
the last
rules
of
the
their
waves. So the Velaryons are the
I have
British
spent my
people.
entire life on Driftmark defending my brother's seat. I am Lord Corlys' closest kin, his own blood. The true, unimpeachable blood of House Velaryon runs through my veins.
As it does in my sons, the offspring of Laenor Velaryon.
Well, well, well.
I've heard so much about your house's blood, Sir Vaymond.
Where's Jeremy Kyle when you need him?
Do Sir Damon the courtesy of allowing his to be heard.
For real. Let him talk, then you can speak after.
What do you know of Velaryon blood, Princess? I could cut my veins and show it to you, and you still wouldn't recognize it. This is about the future and survival of my house, not yours.
People are just straight up rude.
My queen.
Princess Rhaenyra, you may now speak for your son, Lucerys Velaryon.
If I am to grace this farce with some answer, I will start by reminding the court that nearly 20 years ago in this very...
Plot twist. Who is it? He doesn't even get a wheelchair. At least give him a cushion for the chair. Okay, the dramatic music, I don't know if it's quite necessary. Look at him. But whatever. Seriously, he has to go down the stairs on his own. Someone help him, man. Ooh, that's so cool, like Phantom of the Opera style. I love that. So nobody has seen him in years. I really like the mask. You can't say he's a bad father, let's put it that way.
I will sit the throne today.
Put a cushion there, come on. This is gonna do him in. He dies in that throne. Finally, someone comes to help him. Christ. No, you're not fine. Look at you. Oh, he looks awful. Aww. Oh, bum bum.
I said I'm fine.
Yeah, let Damon Aww. Aww. Why is that sweet? Aww. He ran a marathon. Should we start from the beginning, since he's just arrived?
I do not understand why petitions are being heard over a settled succession. The only one present who might offer keener insight into Lord Corlys' wishes is the Princess Rhaenys.
Now it's your turn. Speak your truth.
It was ever my husband's will that Driftmark pass through Sir Laenor to his true-born son, Lucerys Velaryon.
Okay.
His mind never changed. As a matter of fact, the Princess Rhaenyra has just informed me of her desire to marry her sons Jace and Luke to Lord Corlys' granddaughters, Baela and Rhaena.
Yeah.
A proposal to which I heartily agree.
I hereby reaffirm Princess Lucerys of House Velaryon is heir to Driftmark, the Driftwood throne, and the next Lord of the Tides.
Well, there we go. Hooray. Finito.
You break law and centuries of tradition to install your daughter as heir. Yet you dare tell me who deserves to inherit the name Velaryon.
No, no, no.
I will not allow it.
That's called treason, my friend.
Allow it. Do not forget yourself, Damon.
That is no true Velaryon.
Lucerys is my true-born grandson. You no more than the second son of Driftmark.
Oof.
You may run your house as you see fit, but you will not decide the future of mine.
What are you going to do?
I will not see it ended on the account of this.
What's he going to do?
Say it.
Is he going to kill the kid? Bastard.
Her children are bastards!
He said the word. Oh my god.
And she is
A whore? Oh, look at that. I could be a writer. Is he gonna kill him?
Have your tongue for that.
Jesus. That was so graphic. Oh, that's disgusting.
He can keep his tongue.
Wow, how did he manage to do that? Oh, goodness. That was so graphic. Ugh. That's the Game of Thrones I remember.
Father?
Oh, that was enough for him just standing up. You have put things right. The guy's dead. I mean, I imagine it's only going to cause more problems. Killing him. Oh, that, what a way. Oof. Jeez. I had a feeling someone was going to die. Jesus.
The body will be ready for its return to Driftmark on the morrow, my lady.
Dinner time. It's my dinner time soon. I'm hungry. How do we get these two to like each other again? Braid each other's hair. Talk about boys. Oh, at least they've carried him in a chair this time. Come on. These two are getting married. Cute.
Together.
Family time. Probably the last time they do something like this all together.
Right before we begin. May the mother smile down on this gathering with love.
The mother.
May the smith mend the bonds that
smith.
we've broken for far too long.
This is an occasion for celebration, it seems.
Celebrating what
My
exactly?
grandsons, Jace and Luke,
Oh, marriage,
will marry
yes.
their cousins, Bela and Rhaena, further strengthening the bond between our houses. Here, here.
Chin chin.
Well done, Jace. You'll finally get to lie with a woman.
Banter.
Let's toast as well, Prince Lucerys, the future Lord of the Tides.
Here, here.
You'll be great.
You do know how the act is done, I assume.
Let it be, cousin.
You can play the gesture if you wish, but hold your tongue before I betray it.
Come on, you can do it. Use your core strength. Oh god, there's too many candles around him. This is a fire safety hazard.
It both gladdens my heart and fills me with sorrow to see these faces around the table.
Why sorrow? Don't be
The
sad.
faces most dear to me in all the world, yet grown so distant from each other
Oh yes, of course.
in years past.
Now let's all hug. Kiss each other on the cheek. Is that some pomegranate I see? Lovely. Oh, don't take it off. The Phantom of the Opera is there. Oh, yeah, no, put it back on. I don't want to see that. Yeah, no, we're trying to eat.
My own face is no longer a handsome one, if indeed it ever was.
Paddy Considine is not an ugly man.
I wish you to see me as I am.
Oh, he's such a guy.
Not just a king.
Just a guy.
Your father.
Oh, yeah, he is all that. Yeah.
Your brother.
Your father, your brother, your cousin, your uncle. All of them.
Who may not, it seems, walk for much longer among you.
Oh.
Let us no longer hold ill feelings in our hearts. The crown cannot stand strong if the house of the dragon remains divided. But set aside your grievances, if not for the sake of the crown,
For the sake of me.
and for the sake of this old man
Yeah.
who loves you all
Aww.
so dearly.
He's right. Sit back down now. Come on, rest. Oh, it must be horrible being at that age when your whole body is shutting down. I can't imagine what that's like.
I wish to raise my cup to Her Grace the Queen.
That's nice.
I must admit that no one has stood
By his side.
more loyally by his side than his good wife.
The first and second.
She has tended to him with unfailing devotion and honour.
She's dedicated her whole life to him. She
And
was
for that
married to
she
him when
has
she was
my
like, what,
gratitude.
15?
In my apology.
That's nice of her. Thank you, Rhaenyra. Now you do it back. Go on.
Your graciousness moves me deeply, Princess.
Thank you.
We are both mothers, and we love our children.
She's a mother.
We have more in common than we sometimes allow.
Well, obviously, yeah.
I raise my cup to you and to your house.
Raise a glass to freedom.
You will make a fine queen.
Not if Otto has his way. Let's keep it like that now. This is all nice. Smiles. Who's dying?
I regret the disappointment you're soon to suffer.
Oh, shut up.
But if you ever wish to know what it is to be well satisfied, all you have to do is ask.
Chase.
Ignore him. He shouldn't get riled up by this. Oh, this guy is weird. I don't like the eye patch kid.
To Prince Aegon and Prince Aemond. We have not seen each other in years.
Oh, of
I have
course he
fond
cut his eye
memories
out.
of our shared youth. And as men, I hope we may yet be friends and allies. To you and your family's good health, dear uncles.
I find it quite funny when teenage boys call themselves men. So that one, the one with the short hair, is Aemon, and that one's Aemond. No, Aegon and Aemond. That's Aemond?
I would like to toast Vela and Rhaena.
Thank you.
They'll be married soon.
Yes, they will.
It isn't so bad. Mostly he just ignores you. Except sometimes when he's drunk.
She's married to her brother. Is she married to... Yeah, she is married to her... Well, they did say that in last episode. Oh, it's all coming together. I understand. Okay, sorry if I was a bit slow with that. Yeah, they did mention her. Yeah, okay. And what's her thing? Is she like Mystic Meg type? There's too much happiness. That's how I clap. Or sometimes I like to, you know, the Nicole Kidman clap? I think the two ladies need to have a dance together. When is he gonna die, honestly? When? Is it now? I'm so repetitive, I'm constantly asking about this man dying or living. What's this? Meat. Don't laugh at him, he's gonna be a freak about it.
Final tribute.
Oh god.
To the health of my nephews. Each of them handsome, wise.
Who's he remind me of? Like the way he's acting. I don't know the actor, but just the performance he's giving reminds me of another performance. I can't think of whose.
Let us drain our cups to these three strong boys.
I dare you to say that again.
Why?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's only a compliment. Do you not think yourself strong?
Oh, for God's sake. You are not going to be able to beat these guys.
I was merely expressing how proud I am of my family, Mother. Though it seems my nephews aren't quite as proud of theirs.
What are they doing? As soon as the king leaves, we turn into
Go
this.
to your quarters. All of you go, now.
Be civil, for fuck's sake. It's really, like, it's there in my head. I just can't think of... Who the hell gives that... The performance he's giving. I'm trying to...
It's best, I think, if we go back to Dragonstone.
All that.
Just arrived.
That was great, wasn't it? Oh, keep holding hands. Have a hug.
Let me see the children home. I'll,
Come back?
return on Dragonback.
Interesting. Aw.
The king and I would both like that.
Wait, that's actually nice. He's going back there? Jesus. But I'm assuming this is Damon, right? That's his hall? Maybe it's someone else. One of the other children.
It's been quite a night at the castle, Sims.
Yes, lady.
Interesting. She's getting tea. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. What's he sorry for?
But you wanted to know if I believe it to be true.
Believe what to be true, my king?
What's he talking about?
Oh, don't you remember Aegon? His dream. The Song of Ice and Fire. It is true.
Is he confusing her with...
What he saw in the north.
He's confusing her with Rhaenyra.
The prince that was promised.
I don't understand myself.
The prince.
Prince Aegon.
To unite the realm against the cold and the dark. It is you.
Oh no.
You are the one.
Whoopsie daisy.
You must do this.
Maybe if he opened his eye and realised he was talking to the wrong person. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know if I like that.
I understand, my king.
Oh god. No, I don't like that. I've decided. Knife. Okay, someone gonna kill him. The sound design is really good. The way you can hear his breathing thing. It's like the death rattle.
My love.
Okay, rest in peace. I think this time I can actually say that. Rest in peace. Interesting, no music at the end. Oh, never mind. Here's the music. Okay, so that last little bit there. I know this has kind of happened historically. From what I can remember, I believe it's with the fight for the crown. This is English history, with the Battle of Hastings and whatnot. So there were 3 different people who were trying to get the throne. We got Harold Godwinson, who was it Harold Godwin? I think it's Godwinson. And he was already on the throne at this point. It was William the Conqueror coming from France, William of Normandy, and it was a Viking guy. I can't remember his name now. This is stuff that we're taught a lot in school. And from what I can remember, yeah, everybody believed that Harold Godwinson was not the rightful man to the throne. Nobody wanted him there. Nobody really thought he should be there. I can't remember who the person was on the throne before him, but there was the belief that the guy on the throne before him, on his deathbed, had promised it to William of Normandy. Well, at least that's what William of Normandy said. That was his claim to the throne, was that he was promised it by the king as he was dying or whatever. And obviously no one can really prove that. And it just comes, in the end of the day, it becomes a case of who's going to win the Battle of Hastings. And it was William the Conqueror. Hence he's called William the Conqueror. So I know that this is a thing that happens. Does it mean that I like it? No. I feel like it just feels like a bit of a cop-out of a plot choice for him to, like, he's saying all this stuff and his eyes are closed and he thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra, but he's talking to Alicent, and then Alicent's going to get the wrong end of the stick and she's going to think it's her duty for Aegon to be the king and yada yada yada, and she's going to be like, this is the claim, and it's all just based on bullshit. I can see that's exactly where we're going with it now, and I don't really like that. I think it was because everything was somewhat kind of resolved up until that point, with the meal and Rhaenyra and Alicent sort of, shaking hands and being like, yeah, I'm going to come back, and things were sort of settled. Like, obviously they weren't like best friends or anything, but things had like kind of calmed down, and you sort of thinking, where are we going to go with this? That's where we're going to go with this. I feel like it's a weak way for us to reignite that battle. I would have preferred it done in some other kind of way. I don't know what. I don't really have many suggestions about how they could have done it otherwise, but I feel like that's not the way I would have done it. I feel like it's too flimsy. It's just stupid, because everybody knows that Alicent, that's a misunderstanding. Like, as an audience-wise, like the people watching it, people like me, we all know that that's a misunderstanding. So we have no reason to really root for Alicent in her pursuit. And okay, maybe this is why everyone fucking hates Alicent and much prefers Rhaenyra, because we're very clearly told here that Alicent is wrong, but she doesn't know that she's wrong. She thinks that she's right. I feel like that's just not the way to do it. I much preferred it when the way it was in previous episodes, where I could easily understand Alicent as much as I could understand Rhaenyra. Now it's like, we understand Alicent, but we know that she's wrong. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think I like that. What else is there to say, really? I liked the family eating together. I thought that was very nice. It was nice because we've seen so much conflict for so many episodes now. There needed to be some kind of calm before the storm that we're going to get later on. It's a shame about the Corlys. I thought he was a really cool character. Something tells me that he's not dead, because of the way otherwise he would just be dead, and it wouldn't be a case of he might die. Do you know what I mean? Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Maybe it was hyped up a little bit too much by my friends. I was expecting something bigger. I don't know. Something like, maybe it was stupid of me to think like Red Wedding style big. I think I actually preferred last episode to this episode. The stuff that was going on with the children, and then the big bust up afterwards, that was really insane. I really enjoyed that. Should we talk about the children? The children! Okay, eye patch guy. Aemond, obviously very well trained in fighting. This is also, Kristen has raised those kids to be fucking brutal, not necessarily nice. I can understand like people saying, it's just indicative of the parents that they have, Alicent hasn't raised her kids well enough, that's why they're assholes. And Rhaenyra has, and that's why her kids are little baby boys. But I don't know if all the blame can be put onto Alicent for that. Nature versus nurture, you know what I mean? There is some nasty stuff in her kids, like actual. I won't completely dismiss them. Obviously, we've got Aegon. I thought it was interesting what he said afterwards about how like, oh, you never approve of me, or I can't get your approval, something. He says something along those lines. I feel like that's the first time we've seen Aegon be humanized, because all the little tidbits we've seen of him so far of just him being a prat, an absolute prat. He's drinking too much, he's being a fucking perv to all the girls, you know. There hasn't really been much else other than that. I feel like that was like a little tidbit of something, I guess. Just something. Aegon's thing is that he was bullied as a kid, so he's different, but I think he's okay with being different, and he seems to be very loyal to his mother and his family. Obviously, he's very powerful with the dragon on his side. Yeah, I think he's very happy with the fact that he's a bit odd. I think he's like accepted it and sort of leans into it a bit in a way that unnerves me, because the oddness is too odd for me. It's very, I'm not a fan. In contrast to Rhaenyra's kids, who are just completely normal. They're just boys, innit? Yeah, so much else to say. I can't really think of anything. The Velaryon wife of Corlys. It's a shame that I don't remember her name. Interesting that she sided with Rhaenyra in that whole debate situation, but also it was kind of to be expected because the conversation they'd had prior. So maybe it wasn't that interesting. I don't know. I feel sort of indifferent to it all in the end, because then they just killed the guy and it all meant nothing. Do you know what I mean? It was all just like, oh, okay, well, that's that. Everything was kind of tepid. I think I'll just end it at that, really. Just lukewarm. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm curious to see where that's gonna go. Oh, I know where it's gonna fucking go, don't I? With Alicent and all that nonsense. Okay. Well, let's see if they redeem themselves and I do come to like it in the end. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.